So Baker Mayfield and a number of the skill position guys are not in Berea, but reports are, and we know that David Njoku and Baker Mayfield are two of the guys that are definitely in Austin working out together. Now, there are some reports out there that Odell Beckham Jr. is also in Austin. Haven't been able to shake that out definitively. Jarvis Landry, Donovan Peoples-Jones as well. That kind of makes some sense because you can get there and get that familiarity, probably do even a little bit more with a smaller group of those skill position guys.
Yeah, the people I talked to about Baker holding this workout session, didn't know the exact guys that were going to be there. I'm sure it was an open invitation from Baker to a lot of the receivers and tight ends, maybe even the running backs. I think it's good just to stay kind of connected during the offseason, get on the field. And, I think some people ask, well, why in Austin, and they worked out some in Florida, Baker with some of the guys, including Jarvis Landry and Rashard Higgins and David Njoku in April. But why there and not in Berea? And, I think part of it's loyalty to J.C. Tretter, right? The center and the NFLPA president has been adamant and outspoken about how the offseason program should be changed and players should have every right not to show up for the voluntary portion of it. And then the other part is, at least in Berea, there's some going against defense. And I don't know how much one-on-one work they'll do tomorrow, or that they did the last couple of days and tomorrow and Thursday. But in Texas, it's going to be offense, right? And it'll be Baker throwing to guys, running routes on air. And I think that's safer than, one-on-one or 7-on-7 or 11-on-11 if that's what the players are concerned about. They can do it at their own time. They can have fun off the field, right? I'm sure when it's over, the guys hang out, they go to dinner, they go to bars, whatever they do. I think there's some bonding element to it. So, I think it's good if you're not going to be in Berea, and I don't have any fault with the guys choosing to do that rather than showing up in Berea, especially given the circumstances of having gone through it last year and having everyone coming back again this year.
You bring up an interesting point. With Tretter being the head of the NFLPA, there's a certain loyalty that you want, not only the players, but, Kevin Stefanski and them. You want Tretter to feel that his team at least respected, his stance. And I think that's kind of the fine line that the Browns are walking.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think Kevin Stefanski's handled it well, and Andrew Berry, when we've talked to him about it, has handled it well because they respect JC, and they know it's important, and they know that the union president is a key job. It's an important job. And I think some coaches, maybe some coaches the Browns have had in the past, and some coaches across the league would really bristle if their guy, one of their starting guys, key guys, being the president of the union. I don't think that would go over well. But I don't think the Browns organization is like that when it's run by Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski. And I think that's a good thing. And I do think the players and the coaches, and I don't know if compromise is too strong a word, but we're able to kind of agree that if you want to be in Berea, that's fine. We respect that. If you want to get your work in elsewhere, we respect that. And there's a little bit of and it's not division, but there's a line between offense and defense for all the reasons we mentioned earlier about continuity on offense and lack of continuity on defense.
Yeah, and I think what it is that they at least understand the other side's position and are willing to at least, okay, I get what you're saying, so, that's good. And I think it's really good for the organization.